All right.
I totally forgot that I haven't fixed that transition stuff yet. Welcome, guys.
Lol.
Um,
Welcome.
yeah, we're
Yo,
back, baby.
Hello.
Wait, why is
Very
Oh yeah,
professional.
baby.
Very
What?
professional too, by the way.
Why?
Professional.
Always.
Hold on.
I-
Why?
Wait, that was
is-
sarcasm.
I. Where are all of my? None of my
Uh-oh. What did you do?
No, none of the portraits
Poof.
are loading.
Ports?
okay.
Portrait.
I thought you said portals. That would be more fun.
Oh, it's a new.
I don't see our overlay either. Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, that's our images are not populating.
We're not popular. That's disappointing.
They're literally showing on. Oh, did these things like change, and that's the reason?
1 second. Getting started
Oh.
on that one early.
I haven't
Why?
done anything to deserve that yet.
Like, fuck you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what happens if I click that? Oh, that's horrifying. That button do.
Oh no.
Technology.
We should just rename this episode. What does this button do?
Well, no, they changed. So the stuff that I use for all of this, they changed. So I no longer have an ID. I don't. They changed it, and it's not showing up, and now I'm confuzzled. Drag and drop the link below into OPS.
Mm-hmm,
Sure,
mm-hmm.
we'll give that a try. What happens if I just do the whole? What happens if I just do the whole group? Let's bloop. Uh-huh. Yep. Ah, okay.
Hey! I see us. We're not in the right
Hey,
order, but
look
it
at
doesn't
that.
matter. And drop. Nice. Oh?
Can I move you guys as an individual? You know what? I don't even care.
Hey, we're all here. That's all that matters.
We're here.
Yeah, I'm just very confused and gotta hide all of these other layers on my end.
You're just gonna have to go over it at a different time.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm gonna have to do because I had no idea that this updated. Don't get me wrong; it looks nicer.
It looks the same to me.
That's because I'm doing more.
Oh,
right.
okay.
I'm doing way more than what you would. So, all right.
Okay.
Well,
That's fair enough.
Huh? What were we doing?
D&D.
Getting
We were
ready
about
for
to start with the
D&D.
recap, I believe.
Sure.
And I'm eating pretzels, so I hope you can't hear me.
Who would like to do the recap? No one.
I vote Valinar. He hasn't done it in a while.
No.
I vote blind. Cricket. Cricket.
Not even paying attention.
Yeah.
He's not.
Say what?
Here.
Huh?
Okay. I'll do it, I guess. Nobody else would like to.
You can do it. I'll let you.
Okay.
I'm gonna start a villain thing. Alright, what did we do last time? I make notes. Okay, what did we do? Yes. Our party of chucklefucks got some items, so they got them identified. They got trolled by Torben after his death through the use of a excuse me, magic mouth spell. And the party then kind of took care of some additional business within the massive city of Hofkeen. Everybody kind of went in their own directions to do some of their own things for a little while. And while alone and isolated, each individual member was met with nearly simultaneously with Scientia, the goddess of knowledge, and effectively granted each member a wish.
Like full on wish spell kind of wish.
Yeah, with some additional limitation removers and again limitations just due to the fact that this is a fucking god granting this, casting this spell. So there was some beyond power that they could have used. The party. Well, actually, why don't we go? I'm gonna have everybody kind of restate what they had wished for. I will do Xenos's since he is not here currently. He will be joining us later. Do not worry. But his wish was for him to be able to concentrate more effectively during combat. With this, Scientia granted him a magical artifact that would allow him to concentrate on 2 spells at once for a specific duration. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. And then let's have Valinar. What was your wish, and what did you obtain?
Valinor wished for essentially a softer light, basically becoming Twilight Domain instead of Light Domain.
Ooh, here's an earner. You know what? We're gonna do a thing later. And then Katya.
Oh, wait.
Katya pretty much wished away the wild magic running through her veins in exchange for balance and control, and above game became a clockwork soul sorcerer. Hopefully, this hasn't been confirmed yet. Hopefully, fixing the weave and changing her to permanent female.
We'll see about that one.
Yeah.
We'll find out, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then Dinok, what was your wish?
Honestly, it was probably the most party focused wish of the group to fix the Laputa and bring it up to Hofkeen.
Yep, and that you did. And then Asta, what was your wish? Blind, you there? Blinds 2? You're talking, you're muted. Okay.
Okay, then.
Neat. They had wished for a weapon to use in their future endeavors. Effectively, they gained the oath bow.
Ooh.
Something a previous character of the players has used before, and basically fell in love with it.
Hmm.
Um,
Meanwhile,
being-
there's a previous character who's like, "Where did my weapon go?"
not in this universe.
Hmm.
Yeah, that character knows where that weapon went.
Meanwhile, after the wish was completed, the party had realized that the Scientia that they were speaking to had melted away and basically left a puddle of snow behind, along with the item of their wish, other than Dinoc, because his would not fit in his room.
Thank God.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, let me roll for the bludgeoning damage you would take, Dinoc.
Several
As a
hundred.
fortress lands on your head.
Pretty much.
Several hundred D12s, I bet.
It's here now. How do we get it out of the mountain?
Lift the mountain too.
Why don't we take it and push it somewhere else?
Okay.
Oh, this just gets better and better.
And afterwards, the after they had a couple of minutes to kind of understand what had happened and transpired, the party were one by one notified that the council meeting that they had kind of asked for was was ready for them, and that the banquet slash party celebration of life, whatever you want to call it, was to follow afterward. Excuse me. So that brings us back to the game.
The game.
You guys lose. You guys find yourselves.
Damn it! I heard you say that. That we
What?
lost the game.
Ah!
Oh, that's coming back now?
God, I hope not. Thought I escaped it.
You guys, it is your time to shine. What would you like to do? You guys have just been made aware that the council is ready for your appearance whenever you see fit to grace them with your presence.
Well, I suppose the first thing I'd like to do is there a mirror in my rented room here?
Would there be? Would you put one in there?
I mean, if it wasn't already there, I suppose I wouldn't have one.
I would probably say no in this situation.
But I guess I'm just gonna have to use my hands and do the best I can without seeing my reflection to check myself and see if anything has changed.
I mean, I guess first off, you could just check your face.
Why
You
would I
have
check
that-
my face? The more obvious places would be to check my genitals and my chest.
Check your jawline.
Nope, that doesn't help.
You spent too long as a guy.
Technically, nothing has changed.
Technically?
Mhm.
What do you mean by technically?
I mean,
I was concentrating on alter self before this, so
technically nothing has changed.
okay, I drop alter self. Is that more specific?
You are no longer casting alter self.
Oh,
As you go to
that's what you
dismiss
mean by
it,
nothing has changed.
as you go to dismiss it, you realize it had already been dismissed.
Nice. But then reminding myself, after being reminded that I have gills as I feel my neckline, I have to use alter self anyway to kind of conceal that.
Sure.
But still, Kasi would do like a quiet yes, and do like a fist pump. And then she'll bound out of her room with a big smile on her face. Of course, only she's gonna really be the only one that recognizes that there's been a change at first, or no change, I suppose.
There's been a change to truth.
Yes.
All right. So I guess you would see Dina coming out of his room, looking a little bit lost in thought.
Hi, D-Knock!
I feel like Valinor would open up the door and just kind of collapse out, and then get back. I'm gonna go, ow.
You all right there, Val?
I think
Hi,
so.
Hallie.
Alright.
Well, you're skipper today.
What? And
Let
you're
me
not?
guess. Let me guess. Each of you got something from our winged friend.
Yeah.
But how would you know?
I got the same thing.
Oh, so we all got a wish. No, I don't feel so bad using it on myself.
What'd you wish for?
I wish for a softer light.
Okay.
The powers of a softer light. Long story short, I can't shoot fireballs anymore.
Now we no longer get to ask you, are you really a cleric?
I am a cleric, I swear.
And you, Katya?
Well, isn't it obvious what I would wish for?
I mean, there's a few things. 1, water. 2, control over your weave. 3, permanent, gender stability, shall we say.
Well, I don't think I didn't consider wanting to wish away the problems of my island, but I feel like that's a challenge that I have to tackle myself. But the other two, technically I got both problems solved at the same time.
Lucky.
More like the specific nature of my request. After
Was
learning
it
a little bit more
all-in-one?
about... Say again?
It was an all-in-one thing?
Kinda, sorta. You know how we learn more about the origins of wild magic and how pretty much there was demon blood flowing through my veins?
Yeah.
That's fixed.
Huh.
Oh,
No more demon blood, no more wild magic, no more tangled weave.
Well, congratulations.
So I'm as stable as I'm going to get. Minus the gills and all that. The only thing I could do is keep that concealed.
I mean, you're our underwater expert. For
Among
all
other
that stuff.
things.
For all the good that's
It-
going to do, considering how little we're going to interact with bodies of water for the foreseeable future, shall we say.
You never know when we might
Yeah.
fall from the sky.
Well,
And when
again,
the time comes, I will be prepared.
Once we figure out how to keep from going splat.
I think I
yeah,
might have a solution to that too.
I have
you
a
see.
solution for if it's dark out.
Science's changes were rather complex, and I'm not sure I understand all of it, but I feel like a large portion of knowledge has been granted to me. Like,
Well, if
I can see the magic now. Maybe not quite that crazy, but you know what I mean.
I don't know, I felt like I was ripped apart on a molecular level and put back together.
Oh,
You
yeah,
mean
that's
standard teleportation.
20 words, magic man.
Yeah, those were weird. That was weird. Okay.
Interesting. I wonder what Xenos and Asta wish for.
Probably some sort of weapon.
That sounds like Xenos for sure.
Yeah.
He strikes me as the type who just really likes weapons. Kind of like Cardin, except not as talkative and not as stupid.
Nor as charming.
I miss him.
Indeed.
What do you think
you're
would have
welcome.
happened? What do you think would have happened if one was just wished Cardin and John back?
I think we'd be confused with. I think we'd have a couple of really confused men standing there, wondering why, where they're at, and why.
Welcome back.
Well, in other news, we don't have to wait for the Laputa to be repaired, nor for it to come up.
Oh, fantastic.
So no more teleportation.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm gonna go ahead and venture a guess that that's the result of your wish.
Yes.
Well, that's great. Now, bigger question is, where is it at?
I figured our friend would not make it too difficult. She doesn't strike me the type to be really a prankster-ish in this kind of situation.
It would be very convenient if we walked out of the mountains and found it just sitting there, waiting for us.
And a whole bunch of confused guards and villagers and mages.
man, maybe it's just floating right by City Hall. We have to go to that meeting anyway, don't we?
I mean, it depends on if it's in City Hall or not. I don't remember where. It's been a few. It's been a hell of a few days.
Yeah.
Even
A lot has happened in a short time.
Shall we wake the other two and...
Yeah. Head out.
Wait, weren't we supposed to be having a banquet or something?
I think after the meeting,
Now let me
we're gonna have
review.
like a feast or something.
See, we talked to Zolpip, blah blah blah, do. Banquet tonight. Oh yeah, council meeting in the next couple of hours. Did he tell us where we were going to meet?
Not to my knowledge.
They said it was going to be at the town hall again, unless
Okay.
otherwise
Okay.
otherwise specified.
Okay.
Ah, thank you, nondescript voice from the heavens.
You are welcome.
Hearing the voices from the beyond again, I see.
Yeah, it's not standard for you.
So, town hall.
Shall we?
Indeed. Get this over with, and again, I just want to make sure of this. Katya, you are alright with us going to Valinar's island first?
Yes. Gives me a little more time to make preparations for my return. Number one. Now that I'm physically ready, now I just need to, I guess, formulate a strategy. By going to Valinar's island, I can get a little more insight into best practices and solutions for how to begin work on my issues later.
And also gives you
But-
more time just to practice your new state.
Correct. Besides, Valinar's island is in a pretty desperate place right now.
At the very least, my friends are.
Yes, and as much as I'd like to go and solve my problems right here, right now, I think saving your friends is more important. I know what it's like to lose friends.
Well, again, let's get the other two and get moving.
Alrighty. Easy enough to acquire the other two. I don't know if they're present, so they're present now. With your group. So
I mean, we're not getting an answer.
I'm sorry?
We're not getting an answer from them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, so they're present.
Sorry, guys, I am here. I got a phone call, but
Okay, no worries.
Oh my. A phone call.
yes, it was from the police. No.
No worries.
Anyway, yes, I am here, and the husband is off work, so he's on his way home.
Cool.
But what is going on? Because all I heard is Katya saying that she knows how it feels to lose friends.
You guys are
Yes.
reconvening after spending some time alone.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the rest of the party collect you and Xenos.
Alrighty.
And ask you what you guys wished for. Stating what we wished for as well.
Yes.
Oh, right. Crap. What did I wish for?
Although,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I basically just I wished for a nice ass bow, one that's better than what I have now.
so you got an ass bow?
Not everything is to be taken literal, Enoch.
I had to say it before this one did, and I point my thumb at Katya.
I was certainly thinking it.
Nah, that's a fair point. Can't say I'm surprised.
And basically, again, like I said, we tell you what we wished for.
Yeah.
Valinar
You are-
changed domains. Katya is now actually no longer a guy pretending to be a girl.
Oh,
But
And
is
has
you
fixed
got
her
that
weave.
fixed, huh?
Katya is reverted to her original gender and is stable. And no more wild magic explosions.
Which is the best part right there.
Yes.
And Enoch wished for the Laputa Flying Fortress to be fixed and up here on Hofkeen somewhere.
And so it was.
And I would volunteer what Xenos wished for, but I don't remember.
I already covered it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a dope ass weapon. No,
Item.
no, it's not.
No.
Dope ass item.
Oh, another ass whipping. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally, it's an ass on a pendant.
Get some extra concentration.
Yep. So yeah, you guys. Do I even want to know?
Did she just decide to randomly grant us wishes for no reason? Is it one of those things that comes at a cost?
You don't know.
Oh, great.
We saved her domain. I feel like we earned it. Somehow.
Or we could have just made him deal with a pixie.
I love
Rip's. Come back and fight us.
Sure.
Saying it could happen.
I love Rip going, like, he's gonna say something, and he's like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I noticed that. I guess we will have to.
Anywho. You guys, have met up, gathered your allies, and are beginning to head towards the center of Hofkeen, where the excuse me, the town hall council meeting is supposed to be held. Is there anything you guys wish to do, discuss, or otherwise on your way there?
I'm going to just assume that all shops along the way are demolished.
Sorry, I'm trying to think what Torben would have left standing.
Because at this point, I need some kind of a bookstore and maybe like a magic shop.
What particularly are you looking for? That might determine whether or not you can find it.
Well, I'm looking for a couple of spell components. Specifically, I need clay and some way to shape it in the form of a hand. I could probably manage that one on my own if I just had the clay. Maybe I could dig that up. The other, I need a clear gemstone that I can crush into powder. It might be a little more harder to come by. Lastly, my adventure log is getting rather full, so it's time to buy another journal.
Okay. I would say you could easily find a new journal, and honestly, the clear crystal would actually be relatively easy to find.
Okay.
The journal, I would say, would probably run you about 5 gold pieces, and the crystal...
It's a really nice journal.
Making a book is expensive, regardless if there's words in it or not.
Okay.
And the crystal, I would say, would probably run you 15 gold pieces.
Is it extra to have them crush it for me?
You're persuasive. Make a persuasion check real quick.
Fair enough. As soon as I figure out where it's at. Persuasion.
Hasn't changed location.
Doesn't mean I can't find it. 22.
22? Nah, I'll say they'll throw it in for free.
Ah, sweet. And even put it in a little tiny pouch for me, right?
Save the island.
I will say the guy that you buy it from, this kind of like older dwarf kind of, looks at you curiously as to why you would want the crystal crushed. But considering you are paying and you are basically the first customer since he has been able to relocate his shop, he is not going to turn you away or ask weird questions.
How is it this whole time I have not had a component pouch with me? Huh.
I've always just assumed that you have, so don't worry about it.
Done.
Um,
I'll start transferring a few things over. I think there are some things that I have that I need to make note of.
yeah, don't worry. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I typically trust you guys, and as long as you guys make the initial purchase of big costly items and they're not items that are consumed, I just typically assume that you have them and that you're resupplying on them on other components as you can and are able to. So that's typically the way that I run things. So, like as long as Valinar is not like, no, I have like 30 diamonds for Revivify, I'm not gonna, hassle you guys too much.
But I do.
No,
actually,
you
the
don't.
component pouch specifically states that it's for spell components that are not consumed as material items.
There you go. All right. Anyway, so so that's easy enough to do. I will say that you are unable to find clay. Just
sweet.
Ironically, probably the more common item in general. Can't find it at a store, but I'll say that's easy enough. It's a very quick moment. Anything else you guys would like to do?
Basically keep an eye out for a floating fortress.
Okay. Make a perception check, D-Knock.
Oh, joy of all joys. 17's not bad.
Yeah, take it. It is easy enough to find the Laputa. And that is because it is literally sitting on the ground next to the town hall as you arrive, with the group of mages and other workers that you have seen at the Laputa before, kind of looking around outside of the Laputa and wandering a little bit, wondering what is going on. But you also notice there are several guards and even some of the paladins and clerics that you guys have gained aid from before are currently kind of talking to them and explaining the situation.
Is
as
the head of the guard? What's his name?
I don't think I ever gave him a name because you guys never asked for a name. I think you guys just kept acknowledging him as though he was there, but never asked for his name.
No, I'm pretty sure we did because I remember we went to him and his wife's house.
Yeah.
Oh well, then note taker.
Katya. Oh, Rona.
I did not. I don't know.
Say that what?
Head. What's the head
Say
of the
that one more time.
What's the head of the guard for the Laputa? What's his name?
Let me see.
Let's see.
I remember we were talking to him about the Harmony Stones, and he had the cup,
he had
right?
like the test thing, I think.
Okay, so that's why
Harmony
I start
Crystal.
looking.
Look up early signs of Harmony Crystal.
Harmony Stone.
Oh wait, he was named after that reference that like no one got. I remember that.
A reference.
I don't remember what the reference. Yeah, you were the only one I think that knew it.
Oh man, well.
Yeah.
Rip's just like, You mean one of several?
Exactly.
Do. We met with him right before we got transported
Yep.
Yes.
to. Okay, his wife's name was Diane. That's helpful. Jack. Jack and Diane.
Yep.
There's the Jack.
There you go.
Jack. That would be why I know I know that. Yeah. Jack and Diane. Or at the very least, Jack. You would see Jack.
So as we come up, Jack.
Oh. Enoch, yeah, sir.
Basically, I had a unique chance to repair and bring the Laputa here, and I took it.
Excuse me. Yeah, there were a few people who
Oops.
kind of trying to explain the situation. I wasn't aware that you guys had such power.
Think of it more as borrowed power.
Okay. Still, that is useful.
Indeed. I turned to one of the paladins. Can you get a list of mages and just general warriors who would be willing to board the Laputa and assist us in potentially overthrowing a tyrannical regime? I say potentially, not guaranteed.
Yes, sir. I'll put together a list of individuals who would like to volunteer their time immediately.
Thank you very much.
He kind of gives a slight bow and marches off.
Right then. Well, Jack,
Sir.
gather some supplies. Hopefully there's some available. We'll be getting ready to take off. Hopefully either today or tomorrow. And be heading to...
Sir, yes. What? I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but with what funds should we prepare to acquire these provisions, sir?
Get us a final tally and we'll work on it.
Of course.
My group has funds, but don't want to promise funds before we know the final.
Of course. Also, that man seems to know, how do I say this? A lot about your business. He pretty much solely has been explaining everything as to what happened here, like how we got here and why. And he'll point over, and you will see Zalpip kind of pointing people in different directions and kind of like explaining different things to different people. And as he kind of catches your eye, Dinok, he will give you a very quick and subtle wink.
Well, mostly because he is my teacher.
Your teacher knows why we were suddenly brought. Anyway, um,
What teacher does not know his students' every move? Magic bullshit.
Magic bullshit, go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, pretty
I will-
much.
I will gather. I will gather. We will gather what we can. Your name carries weight here, Dinok. And he like,
Alakavik.
of course. I will gather what I can, and he will kind of give an awkward bow, kind of like then follow it with like a salute and like walk away.
Well, I do believe he's the most competent one we've had so far, in terms of heads of the Laputa. Does anyone else think so?
Yeah. Not that I remember what happened to our last heads, but sure.
They dead or left.
Fair enough.
Or dead. Mostly dead.
Hey, Valnar, what's your passive perception?
I think 15. Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like you failed it.
It's passive, so.
The group of you hear a familiar voice from kind of behind you, as you guys hear the slight creak of an old door kind of open, and you guys hear, "Ah! Enoch!" And you guys, Valnar, you'd be the first to clock it as you turn, and you see Zalpip waving you guys towards the entrance of the town hall.
Start going. At least Valar will start walking that way.
Okay. Valinar, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence. That's a
This is a fun
10.
one.
10? Easy enough to kind of put together. As you turn and as you begin walking that way, you're kind of like, oh, okay, it's time to go. Wait a minute. And you look back over your shoulder again, and you see a second Zalpip talking to the commoners. You look back to the town hall. Zalpip holding the door open, waving for you guys to come forward.
Guys.
You look and you look again. Nope. Those are Zalpip.
Enoch, did Zalpip have a twin?
Not to your knowledge.
Look, after dealing with Katya for so long, I've gotten better at bullshitting.
Okay.
He would point it. You would realize it after Valnar says something, and you look and look again.
I mean, I figured. That's what I assumed. Like, I pretty much figured. This is just her finishing her what I asked for.
Gotcha. All right.
But I gave the most believable explanation outside of, oh, that's a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think Jack would have been able to handle that one.
I mean, he's still conscious after suddenly being teleported to God knows where. Anyway, you guys head into the town hall. And that's the wrong tab. Zalpip kind of goes, they've been waiting for you guys. That stopped. You weren't supposed to stop. You were just supposed to get quieter.
Gotta love it when things don't work right.
Mm-hmm. What? There we go. As the door closes behind you. Any idea how long this might take?
Absolutely none.
Fantastic.
I'm hoping relatively quick. But, as always, something may come up.
Shh! They'll hear you.
Of course. I will.
Go.
I will. I will start the preparations for afterwards. And Mr. Valinar, and he like looked for a moment and eyes you. I was instructed to give you this, and he pulls like a sealed envelope from his like breast pocket and just says, I was told that it's for after this meeting though, so I don't know. Here you are. And he'll hand you a sealed
Or
envelope.
after the meeting.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna. I'll quickly look over at the seal and then see if there's anything written anywhere on the envelope.
Okay. The envelope itself is blank, but the seal, it has a very particular kind of iconography. Why don't you go ahead and give me a religion check?
Okay. Where did my religion check go? Right there. 21.
21. This is
21.
this is a seal from Scientia. It is the iconography of Scientia. It's like the holy symbol of Scientia that has been kind of embedded into the wax seal here.
Okay. Well, I guess I will wait till after the meeting to open that.
By the way, Rip.
Yeah.
I don't know if the others heard, but on my end at least, you stopped and even the stream just kind of paused. Did that happen for anyone else, or is it just me?
I haven't been paying attention 100%.
I didn't-
I've been
didn't
I've been
catch
busy
anything.
doing things on the side.
It looks like things are still going on my end. I haven't even had any frame drop, so it might have just been on your end.
Well, okay.
I said maybe. I could be wrong.
Ew, an ad. Gross.
You guys march forward, and you guys open the doors and are let into the large council room that was kind of created as a throne room in a sense, that has since been redecorated hastily, and there's now a large wooden table in the center, and you guys see the other members of Hofking's legal system gathered around. And Denoch, to your surprise, you actually see hold on, I'm scrolling to his name.
Korzar?
Korzar present.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Doesn't
How the hell do you
normally
spell that again? I never get it right.
Yeah, Korzar.
Okay. Got it.
He very rarely attends town hall meetings, and you know that when he shows up, there's always a different kind of chill in the air. And as the doors behind you, sounds of the city fade out. I would say so.
There's that chill.
Yeah.
I don't believe I've ever been graced with the presence of one of such power before.
And there are a couple of new faces present as well, given that a couple heads of the family have been...
Removed?
Yes.
Some quite literally.
Mm-hmm. And given the relationship that they had to the prior leaders, there are new faces and even new families present.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it would seem that the Ham and the Genephas sure, families have been removed from their seat of power.
All right. Who has replaced them?
That you are familiar with. Or very familiar with, I should say.
I know, but I'm asking more for like description.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we'll get there. Gotta grab my water.
Water.
Water. Water. Water.
And since
Sorry,
this
that
is
was
the...
a Mark Lowry quote.
Beer! Whoa!
Oh, you have a.
All right.
You know,
Now, to anybody who may have been questioning Katya's lack of speaking these past 30 minutes to an hour in game, she's been hastily scribbling about in her new notebook, spell components and whatnot, keeping an inventory of everything she's got.
No worries, no worries.
That goes above game and in game.
Okay.
She'd look up every so often to make sure that she's not running into a wall, but
and at this point, Deanoch would probably nudge her leg with his tail.
oh no, she closed the book before walking into the chamber.
All right, fair enough.
Yes. She's like, okay, down to business.
So. And I'm going to go ahead and describe some of the others that you see in the room as well, because some of them are the first time that you have seen them. There is, of course, Deanoch's sort of like cousin, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Rel, who has taken over for her father, Enran, sitting kind of, I don't want to say sheepishly, but almost that way. Just kind of given her position, and prior position was definitely very different than what is currently her position. She is kind of this, black dragonborn, woman as well. Similar to Deanoch, yet obviously more feminine, shorter. You also see, again, another familiar face in Benry Cordeaux, female human, kind of blonde hair, who definitely almost looks like they're milking some kind of a hangover, but you all know that it is not a hangover, but probably the after effects of the charm that was placed upon them for the last few months. And then you see Corzar, the individual appears humanoid, yet has like withered and leathery skin that is very dried and like really sunken. Kind of bald on top with maybe a stray kind of dark hair here and there. Literally looks like he's could keel over at any moment, but yet
How many teeth is he missing?
how many teeth is he missing? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any teeth. All of them are missing. Even though he looks like this sickly, kind of decrepit old man, each of you, when you make eye contact with him, there's a chill that runs down your spine. Dinak, you're kind of familiar with this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he is old and sickly like, he is a very powerful being on this floating island.
Probably the third most powerful at this point. At least in terms of long-term residence.
And you know that the main reason why he doesn't rule with like an iron fist is because he's lazy as fuck. He literally part of the reason why he rarely attends council meetings is because he doesn't give a shit. He could care less about the ongoings of the city. As long as everybody allows him to do what he wants, he could care less.
So what you're saying is he only ended up on the council because somebody nominated him, and he's just like, fuck it, why not?
That and he gets a little bit more leeway.
So above game, Dinak would know this, and he may or may not tell you guys outside of the meeting. If he would have told you preemptively, this could be knowledge that you would have had going into this. Korzar is the head of the Lich Ward, and is primarily like the sole ambassador, if you would, of the undead populace here on Hofkeen.
I see.
Most like undead, the undead in this location are treated like brooms in a sense. He is the largest manufacturer of brooms in this situation. If that makes sense, if that makes any sense at all.
I love the comparison.
So,
well, they're well cared for, and there has to be an agreement before.
Yeah, it is. There is a business transaction that goes into place, but given his ability and how much of a market he effectively controls, he doesn't have a choice but to be on the council.
Yeah. Okay.
So, the other two that you see, sorry, my voice. I thought my voice was nearly back, and my throat seems to be like, yeah.
You thought, bitch.
Excuse me. The first individual that catches your eye is kind of an older female dwarf with kind of like this rusty red hair coloration with a few streaks of almost of gray kind of running through it. Dinak, give me a history check.
History. How's an 18 sound?
18. You remember this individual's name, but you do not remember what they do. Given that they are in the seating arrangement, you can interpret that they are from the Dragon's Ward. But you're not sure. Excuse me. But you're not sure what their position was prior to today. But she does have this very firm kind of expression on her face, and you can see kind of the heavier sunken features of the elderly dwarf. This is Thimple Tinto.
Love her name. Does she have a lith?
That's a gnomish name, isn't it?
Thimple? You're not sure.
I love it.
The
Definitely sounds gnomish.
You don't know what her heritage is.
Hmm?
The other individual
Could be halfling for all we know.
you can assume is in charge of the Champions Ward. This male elf is dressed in kind of these almost like silk robes, with long kind of almost silver platinum hair, that he has kind of pulled back into a tight ponytail. I'll let your 18 ride here. You don't remember this man in general. Like, you've seen him around and you know you've heard his name. But you don't know what his business was prior. His name is Luro Healy. I can throw that in the chat for you real quick.
Yeah.
Luro?
Yeah, let him
Lore.
type it out, and then you can.
Okay.
There you go. I threw
Starts
it in
with an L. Luro Heli. Healy. Luro.
It depends.
Heli.
Are we?
I like it. Short, simple. Probably not like him.
I mean, he's sitting, so you are unsure of how tall this individual is.
Elves are typically tall.
Rel speaks up after the door quickly closes and kind of goes, "Thank you for coming. I understand that there has been some information you wish to pass on to the rest of us. Please, speak."
Well, for the first thing, we will be leaving quite quickly after the meeting and the feast. Simply because we have only a few months before the islands fall. Xenox basically looking at everyone at the table, looking for reactions.
I wish to insight.
Go for it. Go ahead and insight.
Can I insight as well?
12.
Sure. I am gonna grab.
Boop.
GM rolls, D20.
Wow.
Ah!
There's what, like
13. That's the plus 10.
there's how many people?
2019.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Cool. Hold on,
When
I'll tell you.
Denock has the
tell
best
you in a moment.
insight to the situation.
Tell you in a moment. Why did that roll
It is your island.
5d100? That's not what I clicked.
What?
Oh god.
You're having an Asta moment.
We're all about to die.
Oh, very nice.
Wait, what now?
You remember there a while back where you couldn't stop clicking multiple dice rolls?
Listen, that was hilarious, okay?
We didn't say it
Yeah.
wasn't.
And I'm referencing it.
Okay.
There are
That shit funny as fuck.
there are a couple of particularly the younger or the newest members that kind of take this information and are kind of like the look on their faces immediately like, the fuck, what are we supposed to do? You see that from, well, the newest two, and as well as Rel, even though she knew this information, I'm pretty sure you guys it's still kind of shocking, hearing it again. The rest of them are a little hard to read. Or the other two, I guess I should.
Well, especially the upright corpse.
Oh yeah, him. None of you can read him.
Recently, after the battle with Torben, we learned of a way to currently, temporarily, but with a little bit of time, permanently keep the islands aloft. And it involves using soul. Particularly, hopefully, powerful one. Especially for the island. 2 souls, of which each need to be the opposite of the other, will fight within the harmony crystal. This resulting energy will power the crystal as long as the two are equal in level, nearly indefinitely. Currently, Torben's soul is within the very island he sought to destroy or conquer, whichever. And we need to find a Fae of equal power. Now, for some souls, an agreement can be made, and such as the Fae, with maybe 2 or 3 different of equal power, they can interchange themselves so that it is not a eternal struggle. So one of our goals is to find a Fae or multiple Fae that can fight Torben equally. This was the best. Now, currently, my team and I have a lead as to where we can begin to look for one. But if any of you have a immediate answer, that would be most appreciated.
First things first. I would like everyone
Oh boy.
to roll an insight check
Oh shit.
as the pressure created by Korzar intensifies.
Oh,
Nat 20.
nice, Katya.
For a total of
Oh,
21
25.
house and
I roll insight for crap.
17. And
I rolled Astas. Why did it not show up?
it may show up in a bit. Just tell us the number.
18. Oh, that was investigation. My bad. Let me.
no worries.
That was different. 20. Cool.
You soft 20, is that what you said?
Yeah, soft 20. 17 plus 3. Rather than like 12 plus 6.
Okay. Katya,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a flat d20, please.
I can't do that, but I can roll you a d20 shaped d20. 11.
Okay, Mr. Smart Guy.
Technically speaking, we're rolling in a 2D space, so you are rolling a flat d20.
I made it disappear. Take that.
It's still on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to look at it anymore because you might be right.
Unfortunately, none of you were able to glean much from this figure. Katya, because you had a natural 20, I will give you a little bit.
Okay.
Korzar is definitely curious and interested in the retention of souls and the powering of the crystals. But other than that, so hard to read him. You just noticed when his attention like shifted, like it's the slightest movement of his head. As Dinok was talking, he goes from kind of just like staring past you guys to just ever so slightly shifting his head to actually look at Dinok.
Say what? Did somebody say retaining souls?
That's the best you can get. The rest of you, unfortunately, sorry. And that moment of intensity passes as that intense moment passes. As the group of individuals look around, Rel speaks up once again and kind of goes, "It would appear that we do not have any immediate solutions for a creature of a fey nature, unfortunately. Even the newest member, the elf Luar, kind of even with my connection ish to the Fae, there's none, my knowledge, here that would be capable of going toe to toe with Torben, in all honesty. My apologies.
No apologies necessary. It was a long shot, but So it seems that, as I said, we will have to follow our lead. In addition to going to the other islands and ensuring that something can be placed into the other crystal. I have some experiments I will be running in the near future. And we shall see what comes from them. Other than that, as I said, we will be leaving soon. And merely wish to inform you of what has happened with the tyrannical oppression our island has suffered. A fitting punishment. I think you will all agree.
You see some nods, some murmurs in agreement. Is there anything else, Enoch?
Above game, is there anything else I should tell them to the group?
Hmm.
Mm,
I don't think there's much more.
Yeah, I figured, like, before we got here, as we were coming, we would have talked about
Yeah, absolutely.
what we should. And I
Yeah.
just forgot to say that as...
Yeah. I don't feel it necessary to inform them about Scientia's involvement
Yeah, definitely keep
at
the
this
movement
time.
of gods
Yeah.
to a mum.
Yeah.
yeah.
She trusts us with her powers. Therefore, it's only fair that we keep her identity secret.
Unless she specifically says...
They need to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot more. I mean, we could tell them all about what we plan on doing on other islands, but I don't think they really care about that.
Yeah, they just care about
Yeah.
Palpatine.
Yeah. Perhaps we can urge that they at least try to, in their own way, help out the Titans of the island. Do whatever they can.
That there. I kept the Titans' involvement out.
Okay.
That was just me
Fair enough.
personally. Should I have told them?
That they were the only ones keeping the island afloat?
And that they are now still keeping it afloat?
That sounds like some pretty important information, because if the Titans weren't maintaining the island's trajectory, everybody would be dead right now. So I think they deserve to at least know that the Titans could use every ounce of power they can get. Anything that the people can do for them would be appreciated.
On the one hand, I will say, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But on the other hand, two new people whose loyalties we don't know.
Fair.
And then there's the undead motherfucker over there.
Yeah.
Who let, it was laziness, but he still let Torben do as he wished without any coercion on Torben's part needed.
Maybe that's something that you inform the member, specifically Rel and was Zalpip part of the council?
No.
Okay, not Zalpip.
Well,
Rel.
I mean, we'll probably tell Zalpip just
Who's
because
the
he's
other
one
one
of
that
the
you recognized?
most,
Ah,
probably one of
Venry.
the smartest people on the island.
Venry and Rel, specifically the ones that you are familiar with that aren't either neutral or their loyalties unknown, at least let them be made known of the fact, maybe after the meeting, that, hey, you know, the Titans have been putting forth a lot of effort. If they can't help directly, at least try and steer the council towards helping when it comes to, you know, policing and policies and whatnot. I guess find a way that they can help out discreetly.
I will say, I know who Vanre Condro is. I don't know her.
Right. That does complicate things. Well, and I suppose for now, maybe it's best that the Titans aren't disturbed at all.
Yeah.
So there's that out of the way. I don't think there's anything else that they really need to know then. We'll just have to check in from time to time to make sure that somebody else doesn't try to take over the island while we're away.
Yeah.
All right. Then this meeting is adjourned. You guys are dismissed. Leaving the town hall, leaving the town hall room, or that room there, though, you guys immediately feel better, as though the
pressure has faded.
Is there anything you guys would like to say or do before you get outside?
I'd like to wait till we're outside of town hall entirely.
Mm-hmm. Is Rel still in the council room?
It appears that they are staying behind briefly to discuss what to do, or further discuss information in that.
On our way out, Dinoc will say, every time I'm in the same room as him, that creepy motherfucker gives me the EBGB.
Oh, then I guess what I tell you next is not going to help that any. I'm assuming we've left the building at this point.
Well, as you guys go to leave the building, you guys are immediately greeted with...
Oh.
Nope, not that one. Where? I thought I had one. I thought that was the good one. Bean. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought that was the one that I wanted.
Beans.
I thought it was the good one. Put it on for the thing. All right, we'll just go.
Then, as we're leaving the place,
you guys are immediately greeted with, I apologize. You were saying something. Go ahead. As you guys are walking out the door.
As we're about ready to leave the building, I suppose Kata can say what she was going to say.
Yes. So after Dinoc mumbles that under his breath, he creeps me out and all that, Katia follows it up with, well, he certainly seemed rather attentive when you started talking about keeping souls and harmony crystals.
He's a lich. What'd you expect?
Yes. But yeah, yeah, I could definitely feel some power coming off of him. It's nice to finally have a face-ish to the name, but I'm kind of glad you left the presence of Scientia and the Titans out of it all, because since he is probably the oldest living human on the island, he probably knows where the Harmony Crystals are.
Just say undead. It's easy.
Okay, he's the oldest undead creature on this island. Probably knows where the Harmony Crystals are.
More than likely. But let's
Do you think he has the power to be able to take on both Elder Vale and Korath together?
his power is much rumored. No one truly knows what he can do. For sure. There's as many rumors about his powers and his levels of power. Probably as many as the grains of sand on a beach.
Hmm.
But all people truly know, he is the laziest motherfucker on this island.
How long would you say he's been around?
Again, rumored. No one knows for sure, but some people have said that he has been here always.
Hmm.
Some say he's only been around for the past 100 years. And it's just...
Well, he certainly doesn't look old enough to have been around longer than 150.
I tell you, magic can keep some skin and looking damn fine after a few hundred. Trust me, I've had to stitch a few of those back together. One time, I think it was the second oldest undead on the island. 500 years, give or take. Thing looked like it had been freshly risen.
Oh.
Good skincare techniques, by the way. Whether living or dead. Keep your skin smooth and silky.
Right.
It's
I gotta get my
formaldehyde.
I gotta get my hands on some of that skincare. Whatever. The word escapes me. I don't care right now. I'm too worried about Quasar and trying to guess his age.
Again, there's some rumors that he's always been at this location, and the city that was here before Hofkeen was Hofkeen started because of him. But again, that's a rumor. No one knows. After all, rumor mills are as wild as your magic was at the very beginning.
Wow. Do you think he'd appreciate us going back in and asking him a few questions?
You want to go back there with him? And have
What's the worst he could...
pay attention to you? You felt just his presence.
Do you think he'd strike me down as one of the heroes of the island?
Oh,
For
there's much
wasting his time?
worse. There's much worse he can do to you than just simply end you.
Yeah, it's probably best if I don't tempt fate.
We do
I
that
guess
enough
some
on the
questions.
regular.
I guess some questions will just have to remain unanswered. It's not important anyway. We have a banquet to get to.
And speaking of, we reached the door.
And as you go for it.
I was gonna say, while they're talking about all that, Valinar's gonna open the letter and read it while walking.
Yeah, absolutely. You can actually find the letter in your in the journal on Roll20.
Whoa!
Oh, cool.
Yeah, only Valinar can. If you want to if you want to read it out loud, you may. Oh, otherwise you can read it and to yourself and do with that information as you would want.
A super secret letter. Ooh.
Yeah. So, as you guys, did you find it, Valinar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
That
no worries.
sound.
As you guys open the door, you hear a ruckus crowd and music already beginning as the heroes of Hofkeen have emerged from their battle victorious, their town hall meeting unscathed, and are now celebrating until late hours of the night. And as you guys go and enjoy yourselves in the festivities of the night, I think we're going to take a break there. So bear with us, guys, and we'll be back in a few minutes. And we are back. But
Sweet.
I am ending that music as we jump forward in time now.
Damn, that was a fast festival.
As the party dances and drinks and eats themselves into the bliss of the night, we reconverge the next morning with the party in a various state of disarray and drunkardness. I would imagine you guys are planning to meet outside of the Laputa, at least for the
hell, my
initial
gills
stages
are
of this.
hanging out. Guess I better cover this back up.
Is that correct in my assumption?
That we're gonna meet at the Laputa? Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, then you guys are outside.
I heard we were leaving, so.
Then you guys are outside of the Laputa currently. What would you like to do?
All right, Meg, it's time to get on board. Let's ship off.
Excuse me. I will have you know that none of my undead have maggots.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I drank last night, but it was some good shit.
Okay.
Apparently.
That's the most fun I've had
Hey.
since. Was it on the surface? Oh, it was on the surface. In On's Grove. Yes. We had that great party time with Carden's tribe.
Actually, technically speaking, there was that time when you guys were stuck in a party for days.
That one wasn't as much fun.
You didn't know that.
I
Until
remember
after.
that. I don't remember what the one with the Carden's tribe much.
Lana will actually kind of speak up and go, "Hey guys, hypothetical question.
Hypothetical.
How long would it take to get down to the surface?"
I suppose you mean the correct way, and not
Yeah,
leaping off.
not
the
just. Yeah.
before someone gets the bright idea to actually just say that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hypothetically speaking, how long would it take if you just jumped off the island?
Okay.
Given the height we're at,
Well,
Your best guess, part of a day.
A few hours.
Maybe a little faster if you feel like not putting magic into the crystals as much until you absolutely have to.
Oh no, that sounds terrible. That sounds terrible.
And I'm free.
There's the safe way.
way.
There's the safe way, the dangerous way, and the suicidal way. Which one would you like to do?
Yes.
The safe way will take about half a day. The dangerous way will take a couple of hours. And the suicidal way will get you there in about 40 minutes.
How many times does you have to cast Featherfall to get all the way down?
A lot.
Yeah.
Why not if you just cast it right before you hit the ground?
I mean, at that point, you have to roll con checks to see if the forces of, all your descent squish you.
I don't think that's how that spell works.
Unfortunately, the spell is specifically labeled. You descend in a safe manner to the ground, or until your time runs out, whichever one comes first.
Fair enough.
A falling creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round till the spell ends, so for a minute. If the creature lands before the spell ends, they take no fall damage and can land on their feet. So, as long as you cast it while you can see the ground in sight,
If we're lucky.
I take it you mean descent from the Laputa.
Yeah.
Correctly.
Yes. Yes.
A few days, probably. Am I correct in that?
Say that again?
A few days, probably,
To do what?
to descend the Laputa correctly down.
Oh, no. It'd be part of a day. It'd be like
okay.
Yeah, no, it'd be like 4 or 5 hours. 6 at most if there are complications.
So, guys, what if I told you Santia told me there's a way to speed up the Laputa on the surface?
Oh.
Like,
what?
below us. Straight down.
Wait, what do you mean? You mean like it'll run faster on the ground, or
well,
it'll reach
I
the
don't
ground
know.
faster?
I have no idea how it would work. So as I said, leaving now, using our power and everything, would take us nearly a month to get to my island.
Wow.
But if we were to go to the surface, there was a way to drop it to a couple weeks.
Well then,
Okay. I don't
If
suppose she was specific on how we can make that happen?
if we can capture the Empresses of Fire and Sea.
oh,
That doesn't sound overly complicated at all.
I take it those are not just empty titles either.
No, I think they're elementals.
Oh. In that case, we might stand a chance.
I'm taking it they're not just bog standard elementals.
I would assume not.
Lovely.
I don't know. All I know is that they sound like they're probably elementals.
Difficult, yes. Lucrative? Most certainly. Well, I'm down.
So, if we capture them, what do we do with them? Put them in the Harmony Stones?
More than likely.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure what the opposite of an elemental is.
Unless the opposite of an elemental is an elemental.
Isn't that how elements work?
A fire elemental and a water elemental.
I suppose that would work. That does eliminate half the experiments I was planning to do.
Now,
I
the
mean, we can
question
still
is,
test.
if we weigh our options, it could take a month to get to your island now, but by getting these elementals, it would only take 2 weeks, correct?
And remember, a month is much
Yeah.
longer in this world.
Right.
Yeah.
It would take half the time. So, if we descend to the surface and we try to locate and capture these empresses, what happens if it takes us longer than half a month to find them? We just wasted time.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Do we know where they are?
Hey, Enoch.
I will put you guys on a map layer that might help with this. I have no problem putting you guys here because this is something that you guys have already been made aware of.
Hey, I know this place.
So you guys can look at this and gather some information.
That looks like a big context clue right there.
I'm also going to guess.
Somewhere out here. Yeah. I mean, there are 4 smaller islands. Somewhere out that way.
Hey,
Maybe it won't take as long as we're expecting then.
Yeah.
I mean,
It might be worth it.
We could just fly to
Yeah.
Laputa, at least
Well, if we can pull
land
it
it
off.
over. We could land it over here near the volcanic tips, but then we'd have to. Let's see. Roughly, it was about between the Chimera Heights and the Thunderfall Forest was about what 3 to 4 days travel, roughly.
Yeah, roughly.
So to take about after we finish our business at the volcanic tips, assuming that's even where the Empress of Fire resides, we would then have to travel about 3 to 4 days just to the shoreline, and we would also need a boat to be able to travel out into the sea, and that's assuming this Empress of the Sea is even out there. We don't have enough information to confirm, but we do have a boon of knowledge.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. If that's up for another question.
I think we're on the second day.
Okay.
Well, we can get to the volcano, check there, and then begin heading to the center, at the very least. And then when the Boon of Knowledge is available, we can ask and get a better
As a
direction.
matter of fact, we could probably just fly the Laputa over the waters.
Wait, I have a spell. For
Well, no matter what, I do believe I am down for this plan.
I mean, it might save us more time in the long run. Just, I'm not so sure it will actually save us more time getting to Valinar's island. If it takes us too long to track down and capture these individuals.
wait, that's not the.
So it might be worth the venture. If Valinar is willing to maybe take a little extra longer getting home. I mean, there is a chance that we're successful in less time than we expect, and we do save all that time. But it is a bit of a risk.
Yeah. But it's
With
a
high risk comes high
might
reward.
pay off. Yeah.
So,
I'll just add that to our quest list then.
doing the math, you guys know that as long as it doesn't take you a long time, keywords there, to find these two entities, and you guys are able to basically just immediately, quote unquote, fight them, you very well could get to Valinar's island faster than flying to Laputa as is currently.
It's time to supercharge our engine.
Yep. It's either that is the fastest possible route, barring teleportation.
Which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
We have the sigil sequence. I have the spell.
It is the absolute emergency, though.
Right, because it could put us directly in harm's way.
More than likely it will.
Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, I don't want to spend more time in prison than I after that one time on Isris.
Only one time in prison, and you never want to go back.
I am a refined young lady, and I do not belong there. And neither do you, Valinar.
Been in prison twice. Once I got out legally, once I was broken out.
You sure you're a cleric?
I'm a cleric. Wait,
Alrighty.
did I imagine this spell?
So I suppose we're just heading straight to the surface then. On a little bit of a detour.
anything to upgrade the Lapita, I'm for those.
All right.
It's not on my spell list. Dang it.
As you guys prepare to set off, the guard that you kind of instructed to gather the day before Dina kind of returns and goes, here's a list. It's not very extensive, but here's a list of individuals who are happy to serve. And he will hand you a list of about 25 individuals. I am not naming all of them. And about a third of them appear to be mages.
Hmm.
And I would also say that Jack would return eventually as well, and state that their expenses came out to being given the number of people, supplies, things like that, and given the state the city is in, I'm gonna say what was that D100 roll I rolled earlier? Oh, are you kidding me? Nice. All right, we're gonna use that one.
If it's not 69, I'm going to be disappointed.
I mean, one of the rolls was, because I rolled 5D100, one of the rolls was 69, but the total, which is what I was thinking of, is 250 gold pieces.
Oh, that is not bad at all.
No, but it's a lot of material. You just gotta, rich adventurers, 250 gold pieces, not bad, but the commoner, that's 250 lifetimes.
Yeah.
All right.
And do not click and. So,
We've been around the world. We got a little extra money to spare.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
I'm carrying about 160 on me
bag of holding.
myself.
What's that?
I'm just taking it out of the bag of holding.
Fair enough.
I'm carrying about 160 gold pieces on my person at this moment.
You are?
Well, yeah.
Not anymore.
What?
I'm kidding.
Boblin!
I'm kidding. Wrong campaign.
I mean, 2 of those are technically platinum, but
So, I will say, for the sake of ease, it takes a few hours for everybody to be gathered who wishes to participate in your guys' witch hunt and to load the supplies. Is there anything in those few hours that you guys would like to do or acquire for yourselves?
Probably tell Rel and Zalpip, about the Titans.
Easy enough to do.
And, do some final goodbyes.
Yeah, of course. Is there any any scenes that you would like to have with anybody for that, or
No, just
okay? Everybody is sad to see you go, but understands. Everybody gives you nice big hugs.
Yay.
And your mother covers you in way too much lipstick. So easy enough to do there. Asta, how about you? Stop.
Of course.
What?
Hello. I'm also making dinner. What was that?
It's 11:30. You know what? I don't even care.
My man doesn't even get home until after 9. 10-ish.
Anyway, you guys are getting ready to depart Hofkeen. Is there anything you would like to say or do to anyone
Because
here?
remember, this is your home island too.
Yes.
Correct.
Well, how close would we be to my village that I was from?
Close enough. You could easily get to your part of your neighborhood with time to spare. If you wanted to go see anyone or say hi.
Is it on our way out?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to make a pit stop.
Yeah. Absolutely. Who are you going to see?
Well, my parents are dead, but I would like to just stop by the village and see some familiar faces before we're off the island again. Or before we're wherever.
First time they're seeing you since we started our adventure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we thought you were dead when the fire giants captured you.
Surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, easy enough to do. There are tons of people who are glad to see that you're still alive. You once again get some condolences for your family, and your situation. And you do meet a few people who are kind of sad to miss or report like they miss seeing your fights. So, but overall, it is kind of a tearless goodbye from those around you in that area. And the rest of you, if you guys go with her, meet a lot of dwarves.
What? She's from a dwarf village? As a dwarf? No way!
Shocker, I know.
Less of a village, but yeah, okay.
Well, I don't know what else to call it.
I know. Sub-city.
Ow.
But yeah,
okay.
All right. Is there any, like, I mean, my parents were killed, like, trying to figure out what was going on with lovely Torben, so there's probably no, like, burial site that they would have visit.
I'm sorry,
My
I
parents-
coughed. That I would imagine yes. I would imagine that you and your family, whatever was left of it, and those of the community would have created a small time burial site, and it would be there if you wish to pay some respects again.
Yeah, I'll visit it and pay my respects real quick before we head out.
And you do so.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
No.
Alrighty. Then with that, you guys load up the Laputa, And with the aid of the mages already in your employ and the mages that are now engaged in your service, and with the aid of some of you guys yourselves, the the Harmony Stones buzz to life, and you guys set sail in the Laputa once again. As you guys coast past the edge of the island, you can see that the crowds of people have kind of followed, waving and cheering and sending you off with a hoorah. And as you guys wave from the roof of your flying fortress, you guys begin the descent towards a familiar location, the surface land that you guys came from not all that long ago, descending in the pattern towards, I'm assuming, the volcanic tips.
Yes. Due north-ish.
It is easy enough to do as as everything is somewhat visible below you, even though you are thousands of feet above the ground itself.
2 miles, correct?
No. No. It is not 2 miles.
Higher than that.
It's I'd have to go back and find my notes, but you are thousands and thousands of feet in the air. It'd probably be closer to like 20 miles in the air, if not more. I'd have to go back and find my notes on this because I think you're like 55 or 60,000 feet in the air. So, I mean, you're at the altitude that like planes fly. So, I don't know for certain. I'd have to find the notes on that, but it is definitely not 2 miles.
Well, I believe airplanes fly at about 30,000 feet.
Some of them fly higher than that.
I hope not.
Anyway, you're high. You're like clouds can sometimes pass literally through the flying islands. Maybe that's what I was thinking of where clouds are. Anyway, as the city sounds fade in the descent towards the volcanic tips and the ever approaching Earthland below you, is there anything you guys would like to do as you guys descend?
I'm going to take this time to shape that clay that I dug up earlier, or the previous day, into that hand that I need for a spell component.
Sure, easy enough. I'll say you spent some time getting some.
I'll even hold like a firebolt in my hand to bake the clay and make it nice and solid once it's done.
Question. That should explode then?
Not if you do it carefully, like doing it in a kiln.
We ain't got.
Sorry, say that again. What's exploding?
Nadia.
I hope not.
Clay can potentially explode if you don't bake it right.
Oh, clay? Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm not baking it at the proper temperature. I'm baking it at a lower temperature, slowly. We've got a few hours. Because I don't want to hurt myself.
I mean, if you specifically say you're being careful, then yeah, no, that works.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being careful because I'm not an expert at baking clay, so I'm being very careful.
Okay.
Well, excuse me. Denock is going to run a few experiments.
Oh?
Yeah, mostly with smaller harmony crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And just, Hold on, let me look at my spells to see.
Well, hold on. Before you dive too far into this, I want to ask if you guys have an indication of where, because I'm assuming you're going towards the volcanic tips to go after the Empress of Fire first.
Yeah.
If you guys have an indication of where this entity is located, are you planning on jumping right into that fight? Because doing so and expending spell slots early on might not be in your favor.
Yeah, that's a good.
I'm only asking because I don't know what the dice are gonna do in order for you guys to find these creatures.
Yep.
Now, I
Too
will
bad
also
we don't have
say,
any like location spells.
I will also say, Denoc, you have Arcane Recovery. So as long as you don't spend any more spell slots than your Arcane Recovery can grant you, you would have time to take that short rest before something like that would occur.
I mean, I was pretty much just going to be like, find familiar.
Yeah, I mean, rituals would
Yeah.
probably work as well. Oh, wait, no, I think I said prior. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I don't remember if I said rituals would work for putting into...
You never said.
No, I didn't, but the main source of magic is the raw spell slots. And I know I have said that. So I would say that, like, doing a ritual spell would not work for
Then that ruins, like, 99% of my experiment.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. I mean, maybe
That we talked about.
maybe we can find a way to make it work in a cool way. Let talk me through what you're wanting to do.
Well, you know what? Let's skip it for now, and then I'll workshop.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Is there anything anyone else would like to do before you guys finish falling?
That's something I'd like to do before we depart after we've finished falling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll save it till we hit the ground.
Okay. As you guys all get closer and closer to the volcanic tips, can I have everyone make a perception check for me?
Oh no, not perception.
Boop.
My
Perception.
favorite skill.
Stop
Five.
There it is. 3.
Wow. Okay, I don't feel so bad anymore.
I was expecting that sometime today.
And the rest of you, please.
Xenos, Asta.
Oh, that's interesting.
10's really low for me.
Oh, did not go through?
Mine did. Yours didn't.
Asta's rolled in D&D Beyond, but not on
Did.
20.
Roll 20.
You guys are
I
using
see it
the
in
same.
the dice log.
You guys are using the same browser, right?
No.
That would be why.
I mean, if one browser doesn't have the extension installed on it, that it won't show.
Are you using Internet Explorer for yours?
Edge, not Explorer.
Garbage,
thing.
right? I mean, what?
Well, we can't both be logged in at the same time on Chrome, so I didn't know what else to do.
Sure. I mean, you guys could have two different tabs logged in as the same character. I have multiple tabs all logged in as me currently.
Yeah, but we have two different D&D Beyond accounts where our characters are. We can't both be at the same time. See my problem.
We'll talk about it after stream. What did you roll? Just tell me what the number was.
22.
22.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. Okay. Dina, Katya, sorry. Everyone else. You would all notice that as you guys are descending towards the volcanic tips, the central mountain that seems to reach higher into the sky itself is the more active of these tips, this volcanic tip, and it definitely appears to have a more aggressive nature to it. Valnar and Asta, both of you, as you would see, as you guys are descending in closer and closer, notice that the lava that you can see kind of inside the mountain itself boils and moves in a way that you wouldn't expect a normal lava flow to move.
Definitely something there.
Something where?
The lava's flowing weird.
Where?
What lava?
Sorry, I'm focusing more on piloting.
Okay. The lava at the volcano.
There's a volcano? You're gonna have to grab my eyes and literally point me.
Valnar grabs Katya's head, just shoves it in the direction of where everything is.
Katya, make a dexterity saving throw as Valnar tries to shove you off the Lapita. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, what? No! Oh, fuck! No!
Hey, you learned Featherfall, right?
Yes, I did. Fortunately, I did.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Am I
You're
about
fine.
to need it?
No,
Okay.
you're fine. I'm not gonna actually make you guys do that. That'd be really fucking funny, but no.
If I rolled a nat 1, I would have no choice.
Maybe. No. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Would it be a good idea to land right on top of that?
No. But at the same
Would it be
time,
Would it be a good idea to land somewhere near it?
the potential for the Lappy to be damaged.
What if the Laputa just dropped us off and then just kind of stayed around in the air?
Well, I actually had a thought. Katya, you said that your magic is more, or should be, controlled, correct?
Controlled and definitely more versatile and expanded than ever before.
Do you think you can spare a high-level slot to get us down there now?
Why would I need a high level one?
Teleport. But if you have a lower level one that'll do the same thing, that'll work.
I mean, I could teleport us, or you could trust me, we could just jump.
I'm going to need a little bit more than that.
Let's just say the goddess imbued me with.
I was gonna say, God, I missed Cardin. He'd be the guy to be like, okay, and just jump.
Jump! Wait, I'm not ready!
I'm sorry. Moving on.
Are we close enough that I can see if there's like some kind of a place where we might be able to land if we were to jump?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see any position that might be a good landing point? To find the volcano. Now I know there's a volcano. Can I see if there's land?
You could land. I mean, yeah, there's land. The volcano is made out of earth. Other than the lava part.
Okay. So, sure. Yeah, I don't want to land in the lava part. That's what I'm trying to say. Is there like a safe footing?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, the goddess imbued me with some
Do
new.
you mind guiding him on this? I don't mean the spell guiding. I mean, literally.
Do I see a safe place to land or sit down or jump to?
You guys or the Laputa?
Probably us.
You guys, yeah, absolutely. There's a number of like ridges, and the actual tip of the volcano itself has a kind of like a pretty thick, I don't even know what that would be called, like circle around the entrance that you could land on top of.
Oh, the caldera.
Yeah, kind of like on the circle itself, on the top of that there, if you wanted to.
Okay. The reason I ask...
Still with the hand on the back of Cuddy's head, just jerk his head around, show him, there.
Okay. I ask because the goddess imbued me with some new powers, and I do believe one of them is called Featherfall.
Oh! No, yeah, 100%.
Yes, so why teleport when we could just jump and hope we don't go splat? I think it'll be fine. But we all have to jump together, because it doesn't work very well if we jump one at a time.
What time of day is it, by the way?
At this point in time, it is probably... I'm going to say probably about 3-ish, 3 p.m. maybe.
Okay.
Are we ready to do this? The trust fall?
Not really, but there's time to start.
Okay, well, let's make sure we jump as a group. So everybody take each other's hands.
Is it part of the spell, or is this just you wanting to touch people?
Without a moment of hesitation, Katya's already got Denoch and Valinar's hands.
Okay.
And Xenos just throws himself off.
So much for going together as a group. Okay, jump, quick!
Jump.
And off we go.
Alright, I'm also going to assume that you guys gave the Laputa instructions to land at the base of the mountain.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do.
Bloop. There's your Featherfall for you.
Cool. Hey, Katya.
That's me. Please don't tell me I rolled D100.
Hold on.
I feel so bad.
Hey, Katya.
Yes?
Roll a D100, please.
No. 33.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
I gotcha. Oh, I see. This is Katya wrestling with the feeling that a surge is probably going to happen after having had it happen for so long now.
I'm shrugging as the DM.
Oh, okay.
Okay. With that, though, dropping that on the floor, don't mind me.
Thank you.
As you guys land on the caldera of this volcanic tip, it is very warm in this area. And if you guys zoom in on here, because this is where you guys currently are, and you guys look down inside the massive tip here,
Really nicely.
and you can see a bubbling pool of lava, kind of maybe 30 feet down or so. Actually, sorry, that would be... 30 feet, we'll say it's that high. And there is a kind of a thin ring of cooled volcanic rock that kind of surrounds the where the lava level currently is.
Before we go any further, I would like to cast Aid as a 5th level spell,
Ooh, okay.
granting to Valinar, Tim, I'm assuming Tim is with us,
Yes, of course.
and Xenos.
Thank you.
Remind me what aid does.
For the next 8 hours, you have 20 new... you're met... Take a deep breath.
Post it in the chat. It'll help.
It's posted right there. Your HP maximum and your current HP increase by 20. So that's not temporary HP, that's max HP.
Cool.
Meaning it is healable.
Yes.
If you use D&D Beyond, you can do override max HP, and then when you go to long rest, I believe it will reset it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Either way, it's a cool spell. 20 extra hit points is a very solid thing.
Especially to guys who regen.
Mm-hmm.
I do a constitution check. Oh shit.
Why?
Because Katya still is feeling like there should be a surge, and she almost doubles over.
No. No. Here's the thing. Roll a D100.
Okay. 53.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Still, she doubles over expecting there to be a surge, like preparing for what she feels is inevitable, only to be surprised that nothing happens.
Okay. Would anybody else like to do...
Well, it seems you've gotten the hang of it.
It's going to be a little while before I'm 100%. I've just gotten so used to everything exploding around me.
Well, nothing like a combat situation to
really test it out
quickly.
Yeah.
That'll get the blood boiling.
It really gets the people going. Okay. Damn it. All right. Anybody else want to do anything before?
Probably. Well, I'm gonna say
right.
before we get started, we're probably gonna end.
I was going to say that, but if you guys want to go, because we can, that is technically an option that we have. But I'm
kind of fading.
Well, this is a good, nice stopping point.
It is. Well,
go too far.
I don't know what you guys would like to do, but I would kind of like to get you into the volcano, if that makes sense.
Yeah, let's at least get into the volcano and
so
get prepared for the battle.
Yeah, it is a 30-foot drop. How would you guys like to get down there?
Well, a rope's not an option because that'll probably catch fire.
Flashback.
Feather falling still up?
What was that, Valinar?
I was just saying flashback to first episode.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Featherfall is once you land, the spell ends. So I'd have to
Tell
cast it
you
again.
What? We have Tim.
Yeah, Tim can carry us all.
I mean,
does he have a? Is it a fly speed or a hover speed? I can never remember.
fly and hover.
Oh, sure. Yeah. We'll say that Tim
40 feet, by the way, just to make sure.
Yeah, we'll say Tim hovers you all up and down. Or down, I guess, because all of you need to go down, not up.
Yeah.
And with that, then I will I'm gonna very, very quickly throw y'all's goofy asses on the map. Come on. There you go. There you are. You're permanently this one now, so we may have to get you a new overlay icon too, by the by.
Yes. And I will gladly pay out. I will gladly commission it for you.
We're gonna drag you over there. And where is Ghost Boy? You are gonna be there, and we are gonna mark you as flying, because that's the only way that will really work. Where are the wings? There they are. Alright, and then I'm going to drag y'alls onto the map.
Beautiful. What is that conehead thing down there? Oh, is that Xenos?
That is Xenos. And
I am the conehead.
So.
Oh, it's supposed to be like a hood.
Alright, so. The black around the exterior is your foothold. The square needs to be at least half of the black. So
okay.
I'm gonna move Tim out above it here in a minute. So I'm gonna use you as an example, Katya. Here, dangerous.
No.
Here is okay. Yeah, the wall cuts into it a little bit, but here would be okay. Here is okay just because we don't have another choice. And then these ones are all okay. This one would probably be bad, but I'm hoping that you guys just move through that one area, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So, be mindful of your spacing. If you guys do not wish to be in this order or in this space, please move your characters wherever you would like. Just know that there is the boundary of the rocks there.
I'm fine where I'm standing.
So
the Dwayne Johnsons everywhere.
No, they're Chris. And then with that, we will go ahead and end the episode there tonight.
Nice.
As there are a few more things that I will need to acquire for this combat. But nevertheless, that is where we shall end for tonight.
Gambling.
Good lord.
I feel bad.
Alrighty then.
All right, and with one final question for the night. Blind.
Uh-huh.
How does it feel to finally have your knights back?
Well, I'll know Monday.
Well, you're done. You don't have to go back. The knowledge of you not needing to go back ought to be something.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
It is
cool
something.
Insight.
Yes, it is. It is very nice. Very prankable.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and again, just for the sake of ease, I'm moving Tim back to over here. He's flying. Just assume that he's above the lava, but because otherwise he would not fit. He would not fit down here. Good thing he has a fly speed. So, with that, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I look forward to seeing everybody next week for a combat encounter, because we haven't had one of these in a minute.
Quite a while.
I mean, we did kind of finish.
It's been a hot minute,
PvP.
Yeah. I'm just saying, this is what, our 4th episode since we're back from break? And you guys haven't had combat yet? So...
I'm just saying it makes sense that we've had a break up until now.
Yeah. I'm excited, though. I get to run combat again. I get to hurt you. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I feel that.
We will see everybody next week. And we will have a fun combat encounter, I feel. And
it's gonna be spicy.
Yep. So, thank you guys so much. No Monster Hunter tomorrow, but I might do something else. I don't know for sure. And then we'll be back later this week with some more D&D at the very least. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
And enjoy your weekend. Good night.
Night all.
Night,
See you next time.